Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Chef Pat and Eric. They're on their way to talk about Hollerbachs and holidays.
To talk about what? To talk about... Check this out, dude. Check out this song I made.
Hollerbachs German Restaurant.
Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, hoi, hoi, hoi.
Hollerbachs German Restaurant.
Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, hoi, 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 hoi. Okay, sorry. I'll play it when they get here, too, but I just wanted to play it so bad.
That's awesome.
I just wanted to play it so bad. I'm in the Christmas kind of like German holiday mood. We'll get to that, though. So, yes. You have something that's on your mind, sir?
Well, there's a bunch of things, and we'll talk to Hollerbachs about their couch and the couch races coming up.
Yeah.
And then obviously their Krampus versus St. Nick wrestling event.
Yes. We have a BDM keyed up. BDM went down to Hollerbachs yesterday, dropped off his recliner, and they rewarded him with a $50 gift card.
No, really?
Yeah, he's the happiest boy in the chat room right now.
And that wrestling match is Thursday, December 5th from 6 to 9. It says, do not bring children. It's not appropriate.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
It's
big on the sign, too. I was like, hey, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do an event where you stamp on the side of it,
Now-
not suitable.
Now, I guess to what age? Because my sons watch some pretty aggressive anime every morning.
They start every morning watching, the most horrible manga you can find. Tentacles, Crazemo.
This morning I'm watching, there's some ghost with no head, blood coming out their head.
Yeah.
Walking through the floor. I'm like, what the hell are you watching?
Wait till you get to the fan service when the boobies fall out. And they're going, bah, 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 bah. Have you seen that? That's what it's called. It's called fan service. And they do that for young adolescent Japanese boys, where one of the heroines will be running down a hallway and a zombie's about to get her, and her bazoombas go,
and this is an anime.
And it's called fan service, and everyone's like, and they make a point of like zero, whoosh, and all the sound effects, whoosh. They'll put sound effects on it.
And then I asked Max, I was like,
why did you get my sons? These are my anime-watching sons. You're supposed to be with your athlete daughter, not your anime
She's at work right now.
Where are my anime boys? I'm supposed to be watching some good Vampire Hunter D and Akira with the boys.
And then I thought, the show eventually has to end, and I was talking to Tommy.
No, never-ending. Anime shows can go on for decades.
Well, he told me, he's like, no, we downloaded this app called Scooby something. So what was the animation app?
Crunchyroll?
Yeah, Crunchyroll.
That's the one, yeah.
And
that's the one that our buddy Chris Crespo uses.
Yes, yeah. And then he's like, there's unlimited anime on this. Yeah. So he's like, I just go from one show.
From 70s, 80s, 90s. There's so much to watch.
I don't know why they like anime. It's so weird.
I like it. It's fun.
No, but I'm just saying,
it's super fantasy. The action is super action-packed. You know what? Another reason that Max may like it, it's got a lot of emotion. They write a lot of really compelling tales. In fact, Kupo J in the chat room, he sent me like a whole list of different anime that he recommends for me to watch. But just like Christine said as she popped in here, a lot of it's not for kids.
Yep,
because it's pretty out there.
Should I look at it?
You're gonna hate. Look, a lot of tentacles, a lot of of dark wizards.
But it was not the tentacles like in the the videos.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's not those. Okay, all right.
It's
just violent. They're just like fighting.
Yeah.
It's more like Dragon Ball.
Okay, yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z? Or you don't even know. You're like, it's good. It's fine.
The spiky.
Dragon Ball Triple X.
Hadouken.
Yeah.
So I chafed my armpits real bad.
Okay.
And it's the worst I've ever done it. And I didn't even notice it was happening. But I guess a week and a half ago, I went through a phase of running, I probably ran 20 miles in a week. And
well, you are and I don't think people know this, but maybe just set the scene and explain. You do have another challenge coming up, right? You have a race.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a half marathon. It's not even calling it a race. It's just can you finish this? Because I have no chance
it's official though, right? You're going to be timed.
Yeah, you pay.
Yeah. Don't dismiss it. I'm proud of you, dude.
No,
I think it's cool.
But a race insinuates that you're trying to win it.
Okay.
And there's no chance of winning.
It's a quest.
Yeah. It's just it's a challenge.
Personal feat.
A personal challenge.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so I never done this before, but it must have, for whatever reason, like been extra humid or whatever. But look at my armpits. Look at this one.
Okay, we're going. Oh, wait, whoa. No, you have to pull up the side a little bit more. Oh, yeah, you got, it's full blown. You got the full blown scabby rabby.
Yeah.
It's scabbed up.
Well, where?
Yeah, you got it. There it is. It's turning brown like fat people's thighs.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You got fat people thighs.
Yeah.
But it's on your arms. Oh my God, you got fat people thigh arms.
That's what Crystal said. She's like, "Be careful, it's gonna turn brown."
We had a friend whose the inside of his thighs turned gray.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
he fell over at Wing House one time, and we saw his gray thighs, and we never thought about him the same ever again.
Come on.
Then he moved away and he got married.
Yeah. Then in the most Asperger's thing I've ever done, pointed it out and asked why your thighs were gray.
I wasn't going to say that part.
Because I was drunk at Wing House.
You were drunk at Wing House. You had 2 jumbo pirate beers, and you asked a severely overweight man who had gray thighs.
I think it was his armpits, actually.
It might have been his armpits.
Yeah, because he lifted it up.
I knew
I was like, why are your armpits gray?
You're like, hey, why are your armpits gray, fat ass?
No. I did.
You
I honestly,
called him fat ass.
I honestly
You at
was
least called him
asking
chubs.
No, I didn't.
Why are your armpits gray, chubs?
I would never make someone feel bad on purpose. I only
would
do
only
it by
accidentally do it.
I accidentally make people feel bad all the time.
Yeah.
Almost every day. Anyway, so I've been having to put.
What are you gonna do?
A&D ointment.
A&D? What are you, a baby? Oh, I hate the smell of A&D.
It stinks.
A&D ointment is one of the only ointments that I have had more A&D ointment on my body than almost any other ointment because I'm a tattoo guy, right?
Yeah.
And you use A&D for the first couple days, and the smell of it. And the one thing that I know about A&D ointment is when it comes out of the tube, it's yellow.
Yes.
And it comes out and it smells like. Almost like a warehouse floor is what it smells like. It's like a warehouse floor.
Like in some sort of chemical plant.
In a chemical plant, yeah. It smells like Wuhan flu. And you put it on your tattoo. If you put it on your body, it's hard. It's kind of chunky. And then it has to melt. It has to use your body heat to melt. And I hate the fact that I can feel my body heating it to melt it. And I hate that feeling. Hate it.
It's so fatty jelly.
Fatty jelly.
Yeah. It stays in your finger forever too.
It's all what I can imagine what Jelly Roll's sleep dust looks like is A&D ointment.
And so then now I have to put Vaseline under my armpits.
Oh, don't do that.
To run.
Don't do that.
That's what they told me. That's what the internet said.
So, like, when can you stop putting Vaseline under your armpits? You're gonna you don't do it on those. You're gonna mess up your those fancy ass shirts you got.
Now, with long runs, I have to Vaseline my pits. And then that's a thing, I guess, where the runners have to Vaseline.
Oh, I got your breakdancing name. Your grease pits.
What the hell? All this was stupid. It is stupid.
Who are you like?
A bunch of waste of time.
So
Anyway.
what is it? Can you run without a shirt, or is it just the skin rubbing?
No, yeah, but it was my arm. I could run with my arms up.
You're too buff. You're too buff.
No.
You got to stop weight training, and you got to go full Haitian run man.
No.
You got to go full African run man, where you're like beanpole thin. But you can go the distance.
Well,
and then your armpits.
genetics.
You ever notice why they don't carry a lot of muscles? Because they don't want their armpits to chafe and put Vaseline on their pits. The guys from Kenya, they keep themselves boned. You gotta go Kenya thin.
Well, that's they're running 180 miles a week.
Isn't that what you want to do? That's where you want to go, right? You want to go to the. You want to be the best.
I can't. That you start getting into absurdity.
Chat room wants to help you out. Everybody's screaming. Please use Bodyglide. A lot of people putting this in caps. Multiple people, 5, 6, 7 people saying use the product Bodyglide. Let me pull that up.
What is that?
I don't know. Let's see. Bodyglide sounds like you would get it at like a Track Shack or something.
It's
an anti-chafing stick.
Okay.
And they got a bunch of them. Gold Bond has one. There are a bunch of these.
You know what it is?
This is not for you, though, because this would mean you would need to prepare.
Yeah,
this isn't you. There's a lot. Oh, they got Bodyglide for her, Bodyglide for me, Bodyglide for her, Bodyglide for feet.
I'm putting Band-Aids on my toes because they're rubbing together. I'm putting Bodyglide. I got to put sunscreen on. It's just too much.
You're bodygliding your toes. I believe we have some guests here.
Hey,
come on in, guys. Come on in. We're running it. We're running it
We're
fast and loose. Hey, come on in. Hold on. Let me get my Hollerbachs song. Put your headphones on so you can hear that. You can get my Hollerbachs song. Here they are, everybody, because it is that time of year. Chef Pat
Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, oi, oi, oi. Hollerbachs German Restaurant.
the airtight three.
Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke, oi, oi,
It's just
oi.
airtight 2, dude.
You wanted the airtight
No,
3
come
today?
on,
No,
man.
the airtight 2.
Airtight,
I do have another song. If you want a dirty one, I do have a dirty song.
No, this is for
I mean, like,
Hollerbachs
it's really
German
yeah,
Restaurant, family German restaurant.
No, I know, but I mean, like, they are having.
Hollerbachs After Dark.
Aren't you guys actually having a no kids allowed event? I mean,
Yeah, Krampus.
yeah, perfect tie-in.
Okay, so
perfect tie-in.
Chef Pat is here from Hollerbachs German Restaurant downtown
yeah.
What's
Sanford.
up, baby? How are you?
Good. Go Magic. Nice hat.
Yeah, man. Well, they're on a run. Franz is stepping up. Go Magics.
So let's talk about this. It's Krampus versus St. Nick, Thursday, December 5th. And this is Magnolia Square, right?
Correct.
And
well, the parking space is behind Magnolia Square, kind of like right in front of where the market is.
yes, yeah.
Because the Christmas tree and all that stuff is going to be up in the actual square, so we couldn't get the square. So the Christmas tree and everything's going to be the backdrop of the wrestling ring.
Okay.
Which is actually even better because it does set the kind
For
of
sure.
Yeah, it's going to set the tone here.
Now it says not suitable for children.
Correct.
Now what age children? Because I was telling Daniel,
Yeah.
my son's like
Hentai.
They like anime.
Yeah,
and
they've
it's
been
super
watching
violent.
nothing but hentai. Like,
Whatever
the
age
chat room
children.
is really concerned that they have. You do need to go in after the show today and limit permissions on Crunchyroll because the chat room, like 4 or 5 people, are literally losing their minds.
Well, what are the?
There's a lot of tentacles, and the ones that I like.
No.
However old the kids are, where their mother does not want to go complain to us about them watching the wrestling show.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So,
I get what you're
so
saying.
Krampus and Saint Nick are going hard in the ring,
They're going hard.
Okay.
All right.
and
That's on Crunchyroll too.
And so let's talk about the other stuff going on because it's going to be basically a whole street party.
Sure.
essentially.
So there's going to be 2 matches. The first match is going to be Mrs. Claus versus like a she Krampus, demented type.
I believe her
wrestler
name is
gimmick.
I've Got Krampus.
God damn it, Daniel.
Comedy. Sorry.
DJ Zwayne is going to be there playing some music. We've got Verringer, a local rock band.
Oh,
that
I got
is-
some Verringer, dude.
Did you find some?
These guys rip.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on.
they're gonna be playing in between. Their set is in between the 2 wwrestling matches.
Hold on. Here's Verringer, dude. Tom, you're gonna like Verringer.
I just dad laughed for 2 straight minutes and I got Krampus.
I'm sorry. I was playing these guys earlier today. They are very, very good. They hold on. I gotta find them here. They're Verringer.
Varanger, I believe.
and
there we
and
are.
Daniel described them as wizard metal.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
they're-
sure.
They're very wizardy metal-y.
But just so while Daniel's finding that, we're
God
gonna
damn it.
have Loggerhead Distillery, which is downtown Sanford. They made us a special. We're calling it Krampus Schnapps, but it's a locally crafted cranberry spiced vodka. Deviant Wolf is making our annual Krampus beer.
Okay.
And we will have that out there. Jägermeister will be out there. They are our ring sponsor, so our ring is going to have Jägermeister and Hollerbachs branding all over it. And we'll have the Jaeger guys out there with the Jaeger girls. Yeah, this is the Wizard Rock.
yeah, here's a. So you're gonna have some wrestling. You're gonna have some ladies wrestling.
You're
gonna have
Mrs.
some-
Claus versus.
I got Krampus. Yeah, it's Mrs. Claus versus I've got Krampus. And I'm guessing for the Hollerbach belt.
It's for the battle for the soul of the children.
Here we go.
If
Yeah.
Krampus wins, he's taking your kids to hell in a handbasket.
I kind of think. No BS. I can't think Tommy would like this.
I'll volunteer my sons to be on the side of the ring,
Yeah,
and
little
if
crappies.
Krampus does win, they can throw them in a sack.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and then haul them away.
You know what's funny? You do need some children to look horrified. Children actors.
Yeah.
Child actors that you could throw in a sack that are covered in blood would be horrifying. That would be awesome.
So
All right, there you go. There's some Verringer.
Verringer.
wizard metal, wrestling,
Ladies wrestling.
Hollerbachs food out front there. We're actually we're going to be doing Krampus pretzels, so activated charcoal salt. So it's black salt, so the pretzels will have black salt on them, and then we make our cheese dip black, like it looks like coal.
Oh wow.
Obviously when you go down there, you could visit the market because
You
the
can get
market-
some lederhosen like what we have.
Yeah, oh yeah, with
I
the
have to thank you
outfitters.
again for that. I love
For sure.
I absolutely love my lederhosen, and I got the bright blue lederhosen, so they're now my Orlando Magic lederhosen,
Yeah,
which is like super cool.
You can wear them for German night in March or May, whenever it is.
Yep,
we'll be down there again.
I definitely will.
And Chef Pat, does this event cost anything? Again, it's December 5th, Thursday from 6 to 9. Right in front of the market there, Magnolia Square. So does it cost anything, Chef Pat?
It's a free event.
Free event.
Ah,
This
so
is
you
awesome.
guys are dumb like us. And you do the old free event.
Yeah.
It's the best events.
Yeah, they are.
We will
I mean,
have some vendors out there with some Krampus type merch. We will have
Nice.
our own. We have Krampus wrestling match T-shirts.
Oh, killer.
That's awesome.
That will be available there. We'll have some sort of seating around ringside and figure out. We're going to figure that out with the Oktoberfest tables and benches. How the best way to view that is going to be.
Nice. Very, very cool.
Let's talk about Sofas and Suds. It's this Sunday. Hollerbachs has a couch. This is
You have a recliner. Yeah.
And
It's our first year as a recliner.
oh, so you have a recliner this year,
Right.
Gotcha. So
We're all getting
Nice.
too old to run.
how many years has Hollerbachs participated
God.
in Sofas and Suds? It's
How many
been
years has there been sofas and suds?
every year, right?
All of
This-
them, yeah.
Yeah, this is the 11th year, which is. I was also thinking for our
Is
beer
it
fest.
really, man?
I think this is the 10th year of our beer fest. I made a post last night saying that it's the longest running completely free beer fest in the United States.
Well, I know
And
that's
I think-
true.
I think that's right.
Oh, no. There's
I
It's one of
know-
my favorite weekends.
Nobody's
Yeah.
ever done that more than one time and said this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, trust me when I say that.
Yeah.
I know for a
There's
fact.
No way it's
No.
gone more than 5 years.
Yeah.
I think this is the 10th year.
I'll literally
this is
bet
a decade
anything
of,
that nobody does that.
Yeah.
That I'm very confident
We're
on.
the only ones this dumb to do 10 years of free beer
A
fest.
decade of stupid.
Yeah. And if you do the math, it's like 500 grand down the toilet.
I would say down the toilet. Some of it went down the gutters.
You're really selling it. Hold on. Can we print this? Is it too late to print that on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
shirt?
yeah.
500,000 down the toilet?
I think some of it's in our alleyway.
Yeah. Like if someone sat down and were like, all right, you did this for 10 years completely free, but I'm sure, over the past 10 years you've gotten more popular. You're like, no, less popular.
Let's, can we take
down the toilet.
Can I call an audible real quick and talk about your Cursed Kingdom cuisine thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm going on the website, and this should just be your this is more ammo as to why you go on, any website in Sanford of any of our partners,
Yeah.
especially Hollerbachs, just to see what they're up to. There's always going to be something going on. And this really caught my eye because I was like, what the hell is this? This sounds crazy. It's Chef's Night presents Cursed Kingdom Cuisine, December 12th. And this is at the Knights Hall. We've talked about this before, about doing a special event up there.
I've talked to some mediums who are renting this out for their own events and for like holiday parties and even birthday parties.
Yeah.
Like it's a perfect place to rent out.
Pat, tell us what Cursed Cuisine is, because it sounds like, is this holiday spooky? Like, what is this?
So I think we're trying to get a cease and desist and not get sued, but it's like a Dark Side of Disney type thing.
All right,
So
that's what I thought.
think of all like so one dish. I'm not gonna. This is Chef Sam's inspiration for all this, so I'll be supporting him on this. But one dish, my favorite one that I think is going to be venison tartare. So that's going to be Bambi's mom.
Okay.
So like
Oh, dude, this is
that
like
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Think of Villain's Dinner. That's
You
what
know-
I'm glad that I thought I was.
Poison apples,
Nice.
like
Yeah, don't go
the-
too
Squid?
hard.
You
Right.
got squid?
a fat purple octopus
yeah.
Look, I don't want to eat Ursula.
with
Yeah.
sea nettles.
I always had a thing for Ursula, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Even in the
That
pussy.
says something, Dan.
Yeah, normally I'm not into the full figured, but that lady,
Oh,
something
yeah.
about her. I'm like, steal my voice, please.
Watch
Sit
out!
on me.
Watch out, Brenda from
Do
Buffalo.
those sit on me videos, right? Yeah, those big ones.
Yeah, like-
I'd love to watch Ursula do a mukbang video.
You're like, which tentacles and under?
Speaking
I
of
roll her in
hentai.
beach sand. Roll
Full
her in
circle,
beach sand
full
today for the
circle.
wet spot.
I made Greg laugh. So, Chef Pat, anything else that we got to push? I know. Oh, real quick. If someone was looking for the perfect dish to buy at, like, let's say the market for their Thanksgiving dinner,
Sure.
what would be a good German dish for Thanksgiving dinner?
I know a lot of Germans that eat schnitzel on Thanksgiving.
All right.
So we're going to say schnitzel, sausage. Like Germans eat traditional American Thanksgiving. So, but throw in the German side items like, the German potato salad or the sauerkraut and red cabbage. Red cabbage, definitely. If you're
Yeah.
doing a goose and red cabbage is
That
super
sounds
traditional.
delicious.
Oh, yeah.
But like cucumber salad, like any of your side dishes, desserts, whole cakes. Come grab dessert so you don't have to think about that. Get whole cakes at the market. Get a whole apple strudel and take it.
It'd be nice to have a big goose Thanksgiving
okay,
dinner,
I got,
like the traditional.
I wanted to do
usually,
that. My wife won't let me do that. Like, I went to order our Thanksgiving, and I'm kind of like feeling like we're having a little bit of family, but we're a small family. We're 3 people. We're also little people, right? We're not little people. Well, never mind. You're gonna think that we are. You know what? And I'm not gonna be able to change your mind. So yes, we are little people.
The goose is bigger than him.
But like, it's one of those things where it's like I want the big bird with the. I want the chicken legs with the hats on the end of them.
Keep doing that, Dan. Keep doing that.
Yeah, I want the chicken legs with the hats on them, and I want, you know what I mean? Like, I want all the different side items, and I want to go over to an armoire and then open a drawer, and then inside of there is a blue velour bag, and I take it out and I unfold it like 6 times, and that is my father's knife.
Yo, it's engraved.
Yeah, and
it's
it's
silver.
and I'm honing it. Sing, sing, right?
I actually have my father's knives.
Yeah, and I do,
and
then I
use them.
stand in front of everything, and and then I say, would anybody like to ask, Grace, and then and then, or I force Maisie to do it. They used to
you make somebody.
They made me do it. They made me. They're
yeah.
like, Dan Lee, would you like to do? Because they call me Dan Lee. Would you like to do the blessing?
Yeah.
And it better not be one that's memorized. And my mom was real big, so I'd have to be like, dear Lord, thank you so much for the food that brought, and I'm so glad that our grandparents have driven all the way from Virginia, from Martinsville, and thank the good race teams in Martinsville as well as the race teams in Daytona, because the France family founded NASCAR and made it great, and what it is
you
today.
Incorporate
you go
Bill France.
you're gonna put a little Bill France in there, and you do a good redneck off the dome. That's how I learned to improv.
Every Thanksgiving I'm camping, so I'm eating my Thanksgiving dinner off a paper plate drunk.
You
on
never
my
got out
lap.
to China?
No,
See, this
I
is
was
like
always
completely
camping.
absolutely
stinks.
different.
I'm drunk.
Like, I would have to
I've done both.
My dad would be in there polishing silver. My dad would have
yeah.
all the stuff. Then he'd have we had plates that had like gold around the eye. I thought those. I was like, this is fancy. It's like Saddam Hussein.
See, I'm going to go with the aluminum muffin tins this year, I think. That way
Okay.
you can keep everything segmentalized or whatever. I saw it on the TikToks. It looked like a good way to keep everything,
I like that.
kind of separate, but still have a chance to get, all like 9 or 12 whatever foods.
Dig it. I like that.
Here's a holiday tip. Get your advent calendars at the Hollerbachs Market.
They're the best ones.
Yeah, because
We just started getting our Christmas stuff in. They got a nice display up front.
It goes very fast too, so just make sure you get in there quick.
Chef Pat, thanks so much for
Love
coming
you,
by.
buddy.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Again, Hollerbachs German Restaurant, downtown Sanford.
Oh my God, it's still more of that wizard metal.
And-
I was gonna play the Hollerbach song again.
And that Krampus versus St. Nick event is Thursday, December 5th. Free event, 6 to 9. Show up and watch Krampus and St. Nick fight.
I'd really rather watch
Bring
Mrs.
older
Claus
kids.
and I got cramps.
Mrs. Claus and female Krampus.
Yeah.
All right, we will see you tomorrow. Awesome, perfect, dude.
Great
Thank
job.
you guys again. Sorry about that.
No, all good,
Sorry
dude.
about what? You're great.
Sorry, I just figured we'd just
What's
get
up,
it done
Buzz?
so you don't have to wait.
How are you, buddy?
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Love you, dude. Greg. I like your glasses, man. I think I say that every time you're in. I need to get some new ones.
Okay, cool.
Smash burgers from Burger Box or
Okay.
wings or anything from the joint.
Okay, cool.
If you want something different both days, let me know.
Cool.
Where's that
We'll
going,
be,
T?
yeah, obviously we'll be there. That's Tuesday for tonight, segment 4.
4. Gotcha.
Hey, I'm gonna be looking at a multi-camera live stream for the race.
Oh, okay.
So if maybe you guys want to hook up your Twitch to it. you guys-
Oh yeah, we would love that.
100%.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Let us know. What up, everybody? We're gonna be doing a little set change here. I gotta mention that Disney dinner to Sam. Like that sounds like some shit she'd be like all over, man. I'll mention it to her.
Let me know if they want in. I might be able to do something.
I'll let you know.
Or tell her to get out.
Yeah, for sure. You been good though? Andrea won a bid for some like cheap floor magic tickets at like a school raffle kind of a deal. It came with a Franz Wagner signed ball, dude. I got to get a case and everything. No, it's she got to pick. It's through the Magic. It was like, I guess the Magic donated to the school, and nobody bid on it except for us. But the tickets we get to pick, and we're going December 22nd, the Heat game, or 21st, the Heat. So if anybody else is going, if you guys are going, I'm going to the game on the 21st.
I'll say the only reason that'll be a rough game to go because there's always so many Heat fans.
Yeah. It is. We went to the opener, so yeah.
We will be at German Heritage tonight. We'll be in the.
Which one is that? Let me know because I might try to scoop up a cheap ticket.
It's not the Icon Lounge anymore, but that buffet thing.
Okay.
We'll be doing German food as well, so we'll make sure you guys know about it.
My phone is mounting. Something is wrong.
Right now. We got a hot plate in the car. Let's go. Chicken schnitzel parm. You don't even know.
Yeah, I used to get it for special, but it's.
All right, nice. I love that. Take care, guys. See you guys later.
All right.
How's it going, Mo?
Mo.
Good.
Hello. How are you?
You guys almost got me fired today.
Good to see you, man.
Well,
Yeah, well, we remember our stuff.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I just forgot to add it to Mo's calendar.
I don't know, man.
I was on Facebook last night.
I don't know.
Tom posted, Mo's coming in tomorrow.
It's a good thing Tom did that. And then all of the questions are so great.
Aren't they always?
You would have been texting me now. Where's Mo?
I like your fit.
Thank you.
You look very nice today. Everybody's, man, I got to step up my shit.
Me too.
I've been wearing the same clothing. I've got some underwear in there that me and Maisie were laughing at. I've got some clothing that's older than my daughter. That's gross. All right. Mo is on.
We have a couch this year. The couch.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
Hey, all right. That's awesome. Okay.
You wanna? Well, I don't know if you want to talk about the popcorn machine.
This is a big surprise. We haven't tested it yet, so we probably should.
It'll work though.
I love popcorn
I
machines.
don't wanna promise
Do you
it.
have a pushing team?
Yeah. Yeah.
You find some
Yeah. No, I
people.
do.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Gathered up some homeless people around downtown.
Would
Downtown,
you
Orlando
like
homeless
to
people, not
start? Where's this
weekends.
going?
This just go Wednesday 1, and
Okay.
then we'll do Weird Job for Wednesday 2.
Okay.
So we'll keep it at 22 because Mo's got to get out of here too.
Sounds
This
good.
tomorrow.
This for tomorrow, yeah. Wednesday 1 tomorrow.
All right, here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
We've got our beer fest this Saturday, and we've got sofas and suds on Sunday, the Sanford couch races. And for the first time ever, Mo DeWitt is going to have a couch in the Sanford couch
That's
races.
a big deal.
Which I assume Bustecker is going to be pushing it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a team together, Mo. Do you have any idea?
I thought Bus Decker was the couch. We're just going to sit on him.
Hey,
I've always wanted to sit on him.
I know.
So,
I'm ready.
how you doing, Mo?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good to
Great.
see you, man. Thanks for being here.
First, let me thank you for sponsoring our Bad at Business Beer Fest. Me and Daniel were talking about it. We believe, and we're pretty confident.
Yeah.
We bet multiple thousands of dollars that this is the longest running, completely free beer fest in the United States.
Yeah.
And
Maybe even the world.
Yeah, it could be in the
Maybe even the world.
'Cause-
They're a little more liberal with their beer in Europe. You know, they're
Yeah, yeah.
older, but I feel like
Someone's gonna eventually charge
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not
I mean,
gonna just
yeah,
continue to do
look
it for
at where
free.
we are now.
And so this is our 10th year, we believe. We'd have to go back and look, but I think it's the 10th year we've
I
done
mean,
this.
but also in looking, we may find out that it's not. So we're
At
gonna go
least
with 10.
9.
Yeah.
I mean, you've always said the show motto is make alcohol great again. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is our show motto.
But we couldn't do it without you, Mo. And Mo is the
We
presenting
appreciate you, man.
sponsor. And honestly, that is really the only reason we could do it, because without a sponsor like Mo, we wouldn't be able to put it together
No.
because it is expensive with
It
live
is.
band, staging, PA,
Yeah, the staging,
a million other things.
all the little bits and
Insurance.
pieces
It's
are
the little stuff
insane.
you don't think about that all adds up.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
Just like insurance and this, that, the other thing, the videographers, all of a sudden you're like $10,000.
Yeah, it's crazy
Like, what?
how quickly.
Anyway, so Mo, I know I asked on the BDM page for some law questions.
You did.
And
You did.
Again, they disappoint.
Yeah.
Because
Do you want me to-
At least they're consistent.
they can't
Did you
take
want me to
anything
go
serious.
through any of them? Or?
No, it's all ridiculous. They're all just clowning me, Mo, and just making ridiculous.
There is a complete and utter lack of respect on that page
Yeah.
for you and I. Like, I don't think your post was Mo is coming in tomorrow. Anyone have any legal questions that I can ask him for you? If not, don't worry. I have plenty of personal legal questions I can ask, but I can throw in a couple of yours if they're good enough, or I can just ask them myself.
Yeah.
I mean, fun thing about that post is that's how I found out I was coming into them today.
Okay,
So-
all right.
Yeah. I know, yeah. That's all. Mo, I got your back. You
I
know,
appreciate it.
even though some people drop the ball around here.
Yeah.
Tom Mann never drops the ball.
Some people,
I wouldn't go that
some
far.
people, it seems like they put maybe the what you offer and the flexibility and the travel and the fun ahead of maybe the things that they should be doing day in and day out. Daily observation.
In Busdecker's defense, he does have a puppet to take care of. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got to feed that
when
thing.
you're taking care of like Orlando's leading legal puppet.
Exactly.
I may drop the ball, but I'll do that move where I kick it up again.
Yeah.
To catch it.
Yeah, that's got a bumble safe.
So now were horrible goof questions, and then one super sad one. And we'll read you that one.
oh, boy.
with.
What is the secret ingredient in the flaming mo?
Oh God.
God.
I mean, don't put your
cough syrup.
dumb dad
Everybody
jokes.
When clients come into your office, do you yell "Welcome to Mo's"?
Okay.
I did want to do a video with that, actually.
Well, of course, there's only you know how many videos Mo's done? Of course, one time he thought about Welcome to Mo's at a certain point. He's done hundreds and hundreds.
So based on what's happening right here, he's closer to the listeners than your dumb questions you're gonna get.
All right, well,
I mean, I did eat at Moe's one in high school. I ate there for 3 months straight. I had a stack of coupons for half-off burritos.
Did you really?
Yeah. Twice a day, 3 months straight.
You know, I vowed to never eat there again because of that one burrito called the John Kakastakal or whatever it's called.
The John Kakistan, I think?
The John
Yeah.
Kakistan. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. What am I,
Huh?
some kind of crazy baby? I'm not saying John Kakistan. Just give me a goddamn burrito.
So I'll ask my question first, Mo.
Of course.
I
You're
thought
gambling.
Did we ever get a legal answer if prostitutes were really actually legal if they were hired to be actors in adult movies? That's a good question.
Well, that used to be a thing
Yeah.
back in the early 2000s.
You were just like, I'm filming a video.
Yeah, there was some sort of loophole
Yeah.
where if you were making a
It's
video,
for my stream.
yeah, then you could do it. I mean, lots of pornography was filmed in
Oh, yeah.
South Florida. There's huge business of that, and and they're just paying women.
That's
to,
what you wish your name was. Huge business.
this is a serious question, Mo.
We're changing the tone.
So I thought about this for a while. Can you sue a bum? All right, now I'll elaborate. Here we go.
This is America.
Let me
Sue anyone for
Okay,
anything.
Let me
so-
rewind a little bit. This is serious. This is a serious question, Mo.
So let's say that, and I'll put this in more realistic question that could possibly happen.
Are
Say
we suing EJ?
Daniel, let's say Daniel gets insanely rich somehow. Like let's say,
Nah, I don't care about it.
you know, he's riding a scooter one day at the old Walmart
Oh,
truck.
yeah. Oh, my
So
God.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
But I'll never be the same.
He's got unlimited money, and then so he's got like a Lamborghini or whatever, and then some homeless man, mentally a homeless man,
man.
starts destroying it. Right, he destroys his Lamborghini. So of course the guy goes to jail for destruction of property or whatever. But then Daniel, just out of pure spite,
Yeah.
and he wants to sue him civilly. For the
So I want to continue this.
yes, for the
That
million.
does sound like me. I do like to see
Very
things
spiteful.
through. I do like to see things through.
And it's like let's say he's estimated the damages at $1 million, right? And so
Fancy scooter.
no, this is a Lamborghini.
Oh, Lamborghini, sorry.
Yeah.
So
it's
then
a Lamborghini.
and then everybody's telling him like, this person doesn't have he'll never have $1 million.
Right.
And everybody,
He's
Daniel's
crazy. He eats his own feces.
and Daniel's like, I don't care. I want to still do it.
There are those people, yeah.
And then they
You
get.
probably deal with these people a lot. I would imagine these people that are
Sometimes.
like are emotionally attached to the litigation, right?
Well, there's that, and a lot of times we do have to have the conversation with them. Look, yeah, you can sue this person, but ultimately you're just going to get a piece of paper that says they owe you this amount of money, and then they're going to discharge it in bankruptcy, and it's a big waste of everybody's time. So.
Yeah, and your own waste of money. But Daniel's so insane, he's like, I'm still doing it.
Yeah,
It's
because,
my
like,
money.
Somewhere in my brain, I think that if I can like the value of my car in some way inroads into the value of that man as a human, and I own him.
But he also wants
I don't
to.
know if we should be owning people.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so
Well, this
either.
isn't the thought of future
Well,
rich
yes,
Daniel's mind. This
Yeah,
is not present
I mean,
Daniel.
rich people get twisted, right?
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
do start to think where they want to own, like,
Yeah.
I've seen the movies where eventually
Yeah.
you're literally minutes away from just owning a bum. You release him into the woods and you hunt him over Christmas.
So then Daniel puts together a dream team of lawyers. You're a part of it, Mo.
Yeah, the ghost of Effley Bailey.
Goes to Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, the ghost of Johnny Cochran.
And then literally 15 lawyers. He's just paying a ridiculous.
Bustecker.
And then you want to put together a trial
Matt Gates.
that lasts days with a ton of personal witnesses, testimony, like.
Oh, I want a circus. I want a media circus.
A media circus or whatever. So
I want Belvin Perry down there.
And then let's say and I thought about this.
I saw him on commercials.
Like they have to hire a public defender for the bum
Not in a civil case. No, not in a civil case. You don't get a public defender.
Okay, so he could just represent himself.
Yeah, he can represent himself, or he can go to
that's
legal
awesome.
aid or something like that.
So what if he's
I
so crazy?
love it when people represent
What if he's like,
themselves.
I'm representing myself, and the homeless man's like, I'm not guilty, and then the judge. Does the judge and the whole system have to go through this?
Yeah.
All
So
for
basically,
just
your
no
question
reason.
is can you push, can you force through something that everybody around legally looks at this and is like, this is a waste of everyone's time?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Yes.
This is America. And
I knew it.
And that's why I would never want to be a judge.
Yeah.
So the
So
judge.
they see a lot of frivolous.
Oh,
and
yeah.
dumb.
I mean, I wouldn't say frivolous, but, there's people in there who it may be very important to that person, but, anybody can file a lawsuit and they're having to deal with crazy people, whether it's on the civil side or the criminal side. Oftentimes the person's just crazy and there's no real chance of recovery or justice or whatever it may be, but they have to kind of rein in this circus.
And they just go through the process because that's the legal process in the United States, and that's the right to defend.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good question.
that's
Chat
what I
room
love
had the
the
same. People in the chat room had the same question. It's kind of like how far can we take this? And
At one point, can the judge be like, enough of
And
this?
out of the two of us, I am the guy. I mean, I would say that your example's pretty good because if anybody's going to hold a grudge longer, it's going to be me than you.
Yeah. I just wonder if the judge has to follow the law and has to go through the process. But can they just say enough witnesses, enough of this?
At that point, can the judge sort of look at what you're doing and then maybe hold you to such a high standard that it makes your life more difficult? You know what I mean? Like, hey, okay, if you want to see this through, we're going to make this.
To some degree, I mean, a pro se litigant is supposed to be held to the same standard as everybody else. They don't get a special treatment because they don't have an attorney.
That's what the chat room's talking about, pro se.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, they can get into a little bit of trouble. And the judge does have the ability in certain cases, I've had this happen to people before, where they can require them to hire an attorney. They can basically say, you're not allowed to proceed forward on this case anymore because you've done so much crazy stuff in this case that you have to have an attorney, because I can hold an attorney accountable because they have a bar license. I can't hold you accountable. So I have seen that happen before.
Oh, that's interesting, and that does make sense. That's almost like a safeguard in place.
It's a safeguard. It's rarely used, but I have seen it used before. And, of course, you can limit things like witnesses and the amount of time trial can take and so on and so forth. But, we've seen cases all the time like that, was it the Young Thug trial in Georgia with, it's the longest trial in, I think, Georgia history or maybe U.S. history. And
It's the longest trial
Young Thug.
in U.S. history.
Yeah, Georgia history for sure.
Oh, okay.
Maybe U.S.
Is this
history.
the one where if he does it's the way he's being held right now? If he makes one mistake, he's in jail for life or whatever.
Something like that. He's on probation, 15 years of probation or something like that. So yeah, if you violate probation, you could be in a lot of trouble and you could potentially be in jail for life.
I would
in that
probably
case.
change my name. Right? I'm out on probation. The first step one. No more Young Thug. I'm Jerry from here on out.
Yeah,
Well-
Jerry Thompson.
Well, what did he
I
say?
work at Tools Ace Hardware.
He said thug stood for something humble under God. I forget what the.
Yeah.
you said it was an acronym?
Yeah, he said it was an
I
acronym.
like that.
I
I like that.
remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember TWISM? The world is mine. I wish I had an what are they? Acronym.
Yeah. I used to say my email account was Dr. Unky at WTKS. Me and Young Thug have a lot in common. Anyway,
You're Castleberry's Young Thug. You're
Daniel,
Old Thug.
read the only, and this is where it got serious. All
Okay.
jokes, one serious
Yeah, we got
question
one.
of the
This is,
medium.
this is a real serious too. Let me get my bearings here because I got to switch from Young Thug to being serious now. My bipolar wife was really abusive. We are divorcing, but I worry she will go into another manic episode and start effing with me again. is there anything I can do legally that's less dramatic than a restraining order, but will make her think twice about doing stuff to me, like sending naked photos to my family or calling me names or attempting to blackmail me over stuff I've done? I have been living a nightmare most of the year. I really want it to stop and have protection from a mentally ill person that is unpredictable. I kept lots of evidence of her abuse, but I don't want to stir the hornet's nest. She doesn't even know what I have because she will burn the whole world down to hurt me if she feels like she might pay for any of her actions. Okay, sorry, I was not laughing at that at all.
So this is like a baby reindeer type of scenario.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can get a restraining order or an injunction, but he's trying to avoid that. And really, to answer that question, you kind of have to look at his case in an aggregate level. You have to kind of look at everything that's going on and
that's rough.
what's at stake essentially. And so maybe there's certain things that you can kind of use as leverage to try to push things forward. Now, ultimately, in a case like that, in a divorce case, if you're kind of dealing with a person who has mental health issues on the other side, the best thing you can probably do is just push the case to trial, because it sounds like if they have those kind of issues, they're not going to be logical, they're not going to be reasonable or agreeable to reach an agreement. So you just need to get the case in front of the judge as fast as possible to get it resolved. Is there anything else besides an injunction to stop her from doing those kinds of things? Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on exactly what she's doing and the overall specifics of the situation.
She sent a picture of my pecker to my gram.
Now,
she sent my pecker to my gram.
Was it new pictures of her or him?
I don't know. I just wanted to scream that phrase because I think of
how
there
is revenge porn and things like
crazy
that.
You would feel if you get a text message from your ex who's like, "I just sent your pecker to your gram." Oh my God, I would melt.
You know what I like? I like a good letter sent by a lawyer. Sometimes that works. You know, sometimes
it does work.
Hey, sending a letter
hey,
from a lawyer.
Why don't you cool it out?
But with these kind of people, it doesn't work. I mean, I've dealt with some pretty crazy stuff, over the years. I had one guy actually, and he said I can tell the story, but I wouldn't identify him. Where his ex-wife during the divorce went around his neighborhood and handed out leaflets with his photo on it, saying that he was a convicted sex offender, which he was not. He was absolutely not.
Yeah.
And absolutely crazy stuff.
I'm gonna do that to you if you ever stab me in the back. I'm doing that to you.
I mean that is straight up defamation. That's by the letter of the law, defamation.
Can you tell?
With physical
was there
proof?
an outcome to that? Like, was there a?
I mean, they were in a very messy divorce for many years. And it was back and forth. There was injunction filed. And
I'll tell you right now, though, the sex with a woman that passes out pedophile flyers for you is good as hell.
Yeah. Well, that's how
it's mind blowing.
That's how people like this end up in this situation.
Mind-blowing.
You're sitting there, you first meet this lady at the bar, and then you're like, she's kind of crazy, but I bet it's
God,
good.
that first night, you bring her home from Primrose Lanes. Oh my God, your bullet strikes all night.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then
sometimes it's worth the pamphlet, though. Hold on.
I know.
Sometimes it's worth the pamphlet.
Yeah, because then I think to myself,
Yeah,
I'm like,
you guys
what
wouldn't
is
even
it?
believe that.
Yeah.
Right? You guys know me. You'd be like, that's not even real. I'd be like, I know, but that night was real.
Like, this has to be somewhat worth it. Maybe it's something I've never experienced before. Like, I'm curious to how good could it be?
Yeah, and why did they go straight to pamphlet? Or like hanging, or putting up, like, I've seen the digital ones are real bad. Because they're quicker, I feel like. Like they take, like, it's like you got, like, dandennis.com. You go to it, it's like the worst thing. It's like it's like just a ChatGPT bio of the worst human ever made.
I like it when the wife or husband, usually it's the wife, goes on and then on their husband's Facebook page or ex-husband.
Oh, we saw this.
And then they start posting as him. They're like, this is Brenda. And, and then
we saw this. I'm going to say this.
And then she locks him out because he didn't know his password.
I'm going to say a real phrase I read on Facebook one time. It said, he cheated on me and he lied about the autism. Remember that?
Come on.
That was a real thing we read on Facebook one time. I'm like, oh my God.
And you're sitting
and he's locked out. He can't even do anything. He's locked out of his own Facebook.
It does, when you see stuff like that, make your own day better. I'm just
at least I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah. Like, this is pretty, like, at least you're not having, you forgot your password. All your coworkers are like, hey, buddy, you look at your...
Or you go to your buddy's Facebook and you're just scrolling, right? You're scrolling and I scroll through you and you're like, hey, we're looking for questions for Mo on the BDM group. Oh, okay. And I scroll through a little bit. Busdecker is, with his wife doing something. Oh, look at them. And then you go down a little bit more. And then what do you see? You say, guess who's sleeping with any loose whore in Lake County? and it's a man, right? It's like a guy's picture, and you're like, oh, and then you realize that the wife has control of the Facebook, and you're like, well, this is going to be an awesome Tuesday. This is going to be a fantastic Tuesday.
I like it when you're eating your lunch, like days later in your bay or whatever, and then some coworker's like, hey, did you see what your wife posted? You're like, no S. This is days ago. Of course I saw. It was the worst day of my life 3 days ago.
Just trying to enjoy my sandwich.
Let's do one voicemail from Mo, because we did get one.
We have a
voicemail.
We're stepping things up here, man. We got a voicemail for you. If you would like to leave Mo a voicemail, you can do so by calling 1-844-TOMNDAN, or you can get our free app and leave a mediocre message. Here is our Mo question.
Hey, good morning, Tom and Dan. This is BDM Alex. I saw your Facebook post about questions for Mo, and I have one for him. I was reading in my local Facebook group that a woman was complaining about getting hit by a bicyclist on a mixed-use trail. Apparently she was walking, and this bicyclist came by and hit her. She eventually had to go to the hospital. The bicyclist left the scene, and she was wondering what she can do about it. And I don't know if there's any specific rules about mixed-use trails, or if you have a duty to stop, or if even a bicyclist is treated like something different when it's on a mixed-use trail than on a roadway. So I was interested what it was. Somebody commented that it was a felony for this person to do a hit and run on a bicycle, and I didn't think it was really that bad. But thought maybe Mo could weigh in on what the rules are of all these mixed-use trails. I am a road cyclist, and I do ride on mixed-use trails, and I try to do the on your left or ring my stupid bell so people know that I'm coming by.
I'm very anti-mixed use trails. I like for all of the uses to not be mixed.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Running trail, biking trail.
That's how I am. I'm a traditionalist. I like bikes with bikes, and I like runs with runs.
And then there should be a trail for electric bike hybrids.
And those flat bikes that old people lay in with the flag on the top. What are those called? Submarine bikes? Whatever those things are.
Those are nerdy.
Yeah, those nerdy submarine bikes. I'm going to run over you guys one day. You need to raise your flags higher.
So
and stop using pirate flags. It's not cute.
What do you think, Mo?
I mean, typically a bicyclist has the same obligation to abide by the rules of the road, just like a vehicle does. In this situation, since it's on a mixed-use trail, I'm not sure if it would be a hit and run in that sense, but certainly from a civil perspective, they still could be sued and could be liable for any injuries that they cause to the person. But you'd have to track them down, obviously.
And so when you, hit someone on your bicycle, and Daniel's right, like I run around Lake Baldwin, and there are people with electric bikes, and I'm so over it.
And I hate to sound like a little old man, but I hate it so much because I can only go so fast on a regular bike, and you blow the absolute. You're going 40 miles an hour.
I'm like, if you blasted a granny with this, like you would have hurt her. Seriously.
Yes.
And then
I think it's possible to die. Some of these people are going at least 35, 40 miles an hour.
And the people riding the electric bikes, heavier.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Shocker. Real
it
shocking.
Is odd that they are big boys.
They are some big boys.
Blast the granny.
Oh my God, it's like Rob Gronkowski coming around there.
Is there homeowners insurance? There's car insurance?
So, I mean, that's the problem is typically there's not going to be insurance that's going to apply in most of those situations. Again, it depends where you are and all that kind of stuff. But usually if you're on a public trail, that is always the problem is, there may not be insurance available.
So then you just have to sue that person personally, and then back to good luck getting that.
Yeah, I mean, it actually happened to a lawyer friend of mine who's a bicyclist, and he got injured. I think he had to have knee surgery from it, but he ultimately decided it wasn't worth pursuing the other person.
Because there's no
insurance.
See, I'll never do that. I'll stick it out to the end. Going back to the other thing, I was just in there thinking about put yourself in motion. No, I'd
the judge is like, oh my God.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh God, he's doing it.
So if you are injured on the go, just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Thank you, Mo, again for sponsoring our Beer Fest.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it, man.
Thank you for sponsoring Sofas and Suds this year.
And check out all the new Mo gear. As my voice cracks, I get very excited about new Mo gear. But anything that we should be on the lookout for? Is there?
I mean, it's the fanciest crap we can buy from China.
Okay, I love it. That's all I needed to know.
I've seen the full jumpsuit.
That's what I want.
It's like like the Siesta Mo jumpsuit.
Cinco de Mo
jumpsuit.
Cinco de Mo.
All right, we will be right back.
Awesome. Perfect. Is that it before lunch, or are we doing another one?
We got to do Jason.
Oh, yeah, we got Jason
Weird
now.
Job.
Yep.
And that'll be Wednesday, too.
Okay.
Thank you, Mo.
What time
Thank
are
you guys.
packing bags for?
Tomorrow.
Okay. I'll run back. I didn't bring those keychains.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring them back.
Thank
All
you.
good. We yeah, if you could get. I mean, honestly, we're gonna start.
I
well,
can run and pick them up today too. After this afternoon.
because we're gonna start organizing at 9 tomorrow.
Where are you doing it? Here?
Here, yeah.
Oh,
We're bringing in tables. We got volunteers and stuff.
Okay.
And so.
Tracy said I had to have them by the day.
Did you say
Yeah,
3?
well, it's because technically it'll help us.
Oh, okay.
That's Wednesday 1,
Wednesday 1. Sorry.
and we're gonna do Wednesday.
Okay, I'll get them to you before you start packing, whether it's today or tomorrow morning.
Okay, cool.
Men's. Got it. Okay.
Story in the paper published, it looks like.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's online. It'll probably be in Friday's paper.
Cool. Thank you for setting
I'm
that up.
gonna send that out again to everybody.
Shit.
I can't guarantee anything, but
Yeah, we should. The weather is going to be really nice, so
Yeah.
that's going to help a lot because people just naturally go to Sanford on the weekends, especially with great weather like that. So we'll get that rush. We're doing every radio show. We're promoting a lot on our show. It's, every avenue that we can easily do, we've done. So, and I think just the weather alone is going to be the savior of it.
It should be.
I might. It doesn't help you guys getting people out there, but they might come out to cover it on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't really.
Oh, it
it's
all-
good
they-
for future things.
Yeah,
but-
I mean,
man.
honestly, we always plan to, the tentative plan is to do it again next year. So
Yeah.
it's,
All right. Well, I'll send another email today to all the news stations like I did
Okay.
last time, and just see if anybody will bite on it. You might. What's your schedule Friday?
I got Jason.
just doing regular Friday.
Hey, buddy.
show,
What's
but
up?
We could always do morning.
Okay, that's my.
Yeah.
We're still just kind of wrapping up everything.
Like, could they
Oh,
come
cool.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'll obviously.
I can hear you just fine.
Awesome,
Can you hear me?
awesome.
We could do it.
Yeah, man. Perfect. Let me just make sure everything. Can you see
Ideally, Dave
okay?
Martin would do
Think
stuff
so.
on Friday, but
Let's,
from
God
Fox
damn, this thing is
Okay.
never working anymore.
that's a little more.
Let's
That's a little more of
try-
a heavy lift. It's good publicity, but it's like you got to be there.
There we go.
early, You got to be out in Sanford. You got to bring couches. You got to do.
Zoom is
Oh, no.
not.
I don't want to see
Big,
that.
it's a lot.
Zoom has not been
Horrible.
behaving lately, which is weird, but
So I don't know. I'll let you know
it's
if
fine.
anybody-
It's fine.
Cool.
Well,
Hey,
thanks again for
Just
doing
let
this,
me know
dude.
what it is, because I'm always.
Hey man, thanks
we're
for
always
following up
doing
with me.
No
And,
problem.
we're
Yeah,
on
well, I
pretty-
mean, we were having a crazy
Don't
day.
shy away from work.
We have one thing actually I haven't even told Tom about right now that's crazy that I'll have to handle after we're done with you. See you guys. Go ahead and give me a level real quick. Talk a little bit.
So Dan, what's going on, man?
All right,
Guys,
perfect.
kicking it in Orlando. Is that freezing? Is it hot? Is it cold? I
That
don't
is
even know.
perfect. Thank you, buddy. See you guys.
I'll text you.
All right. We do have an issue today. We'll have to make something up later. I'll have to handle it when we're done with him.
Okay.
We blanked on Porky's Comedy Club, Bob Zanny.
Oh,
Is
okay.
hammering my email and calling and everything. So, but we couldn't have even done it. So we'll just have to power through this and then handle it at
I
lunch.
was going to say, if you want to bump me for the comedian, that's something that puts money in your pocket. I'm just an idiot. In Washington,
No.
so-
I mean, it's just we got you. I mean, I don't know. It would take another probably 10 minutes to get Bob on the line, because I think he called and then we were doing Mo. I can't.
Yeah.
So what I think it'd be best is just we do this, get it done, and then I'll double back with him and apologize and
Okay.
just tell him about our day. I'm gonna have to do some apologies. I'm gonna have to do so sorry. That's my Leslie Jordan voice.
I like that.
I'm-
Sassy Southern gentleman.
I miss Leslie Jordan. I wish that he had not died because he was just so instrumental to Southern comedy for a younger, small, gay man. All right, Mr. Van, would you like to begin?
Yep.
Here we go. And 3, 2.
Welcome back to a corporate time. Let's do some Weird Job Wednesday.
All right. Now, full transparency, I know that you've been wanting me to write new Weird Job Wednesday songs, and it's never been easier to write new Weird Job Wednesday songs because we have AI now and we can do, all these great things. I did write a new one. I'm trying to branch out and do things. I don't want it to be the same lyrics every single time.
All right.
Okay, I mean, I know that people's attention spans now, they get bored super crazy, so I'm trying to hook them in. This is a brand new song. Here we go, brand new Weird Job song from me and AI. Probably my most powerful song I've written.
4 a.m. your alarm goes off and it's time to go to work. Once again the second shift called out and the manager is a jerk. Remember when you enjoyed this place? There's no choice but to stay. 10 years in, you wish you felt the rush that you did on your first day. Glory hole, give me all those dirty peckers, big old thick black triple deckers. Glory hole, glory hole. It's only gay if you can see me. I'm a chick, man, just believe me. Glory hole, glory hole.
It's a brand new hit song from Dan Dennis, Glory
What does
Hole.
that have to do with a weird job?
It's only gay if you can see me. I'm a chick, dude, just believe me. That's Glory Hole from Dan Dennis. Welcome back to K92 FM.
Why did you play that?
Now I'm branching out. I'm writing songs about really weird jobs, and I thought that working at a glory hole for 10 years would be a very odd job, you know?
All right.
You want that rush of that first day, and it's not. You don't get that rush anymore. You just put the duct tape all around the circle and go to town.
Well, Weird Job Wednesday, brought to you by Sanford Weekend, Beer Fest.
The big
so forth
Sanford
and
Beer
so-
Fest weekend. Come on out.
So on the line with us, we've got Jason Savage. How you doing, Jason?
Hey, Tom, how are you guys doing?
So, Jason, we've talked to you before, but Daniel told me that you have a new job.
That is correct. And I wanted to just make sure that I called out that I'm really happy to be associated with that intro music. It's a hit right off the bat.
I knew it.
Super excited about that.
I know what our guests and friends of the show like. I know what they like.
You know, you're playing to your audience for sure.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
have to. You have to.
All right, this is what people like?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe the sick and twisted ones like me. But
Yeah.
anyways, I was working at Sony for over a decade, as you guys know, and we talked about that in the past. But I have moved on to become an independent manufacturer's representative. So that is a really weird way to say that I am a sales guy for hire from larger corporations that don't want to have a sales team on their P&L or necessarily as direct employees. So they contract guys such as myself to represent multiple brands, bring luxury items into homes, talk about electronics. So similar vein to where I was before, but just selling more of it.
It sort of sounds like what you do is like a would I be correct in thinking that, like, if you were quite wealthy and wanted to put in like a theater, that I could almost use you as like a personal shopper? Do I get like a different type of service from you because you're kind of an independent dealer?
Representative?
Yeah.
So basically, I am the B2B agent for salons like you're describing. So maybe you're for local color, maybe you're going to call up the guys at Crown Audio. No free plugs here, but there's a local business that
you know what? I don't mind
talking
even
about
talking about them because I used to do ads for them, and they were really, really nice to me. Like they were very. It's funny that you even mentioned Crown Audio of all the ones I worked with those guys probably 20 years ago. I'm guessing.
Okay, well, I helped many moons ago when I lived in Orlando. I worked for Crown Audio, so that's why I use them as a reference. So it's a very small world here. But in essence, they're like a salon where you want to go and say, hey, I want to trick out my house. I want to get audio in every room. I want to get TVs going. I'd like to get some lighting happening in my house. Maybe I'm into hi-fi, anything that you can think of to trick out your house. I'm an agent for those manufacturers. So like toe kick lighting in your bathroom. It's 2:00 in the morning. I gotta get up and go and pee. I don't want to have the overhead lights on. I'd rather turn on this little switch and have cool under cabinet or toe kick lighting come on in the bathroom so I barely have to wake up. Those are the kinds of solutions and manufacturers that I represent.
So how does it work as far as, do you just tell all the different manufacturers, like, hey, I'm doing this now. If you need me, you can call me. And like, you have to build a bunch of contacts first. So you knew all the you tell them. And then how do you know if the amount of work is going to be enough
That's a good question.
to make a living.
Because this also sounds very, and pardon, but it does sound like it almost has a little bit of that scariness of small business. You know, it sounds like
it's mom and pop America for sure.
Yeah.
It really is. So again, you've got a bunch of smaller entities that offer these solutions to people, and then the manufacturers have figured out, hey, like there's this niche here where it's higher end or it's custom, costs more. I can sell these items for more, and I need people that know the guys in that market that sell this stuff. So I'm the guy that has the kind of the map of the network for the local dealers that these manufacturers want. So from my time working at Sony with all the contacts that I built up over a decade, I've been able to leverage that, we'll call it modicum of fame, if you will, into business contacts that I've been leveraging here in the Pacific Northwest. So I live in the Seattle market, and I manage a bunch of dealers for a bunch of different brands in this territory. So they buy the speaker brand or they buy the TV brand. Because I'm the representative, I get a portion of that sale.
Gotcha.
So we continue to service them. We continue to offer them incentives. We continue to support them. We continue to do demos for clients, all kinds of stuff. Like I load more crap in the back of my Highlander to drag it out to houses for people to listen to stuff or see things. We do on-site demos, that kind of stuff. Like it's really kind of guerrilla marketing meets sales guy meets tech guy. And it's a perfect job for a person with ADD like myself, who's unmedicated. So like, there's a million things going on at the same time. I love it because it's like everywhere I look, there's something new to grab my attention.
I knew I liked you. I'm glad you are a true blood.
Oh, for sure.
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Yeah, have you ever tried the medication? It's great.
Oh my God, I like all the medications. I have to take a little something to wake me up in the morning, like Michael Jackson, and then I have to take something to make me pass out at night, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. So
yeah, the little ups and downs. I like that.
So Jason, let me ask you this, because we've been talking to you so long that the technology.
We've actually seen his career kind of progress too, which is very cool.
But also the technology progresses so fast that it's literally it's different than it was, let's say, 5 years ago when we talked to you about this same thing. So let's say I'm rich and I want a home theater, right? And so I hire you to come design my home theater. Now, I know we've talked to you in the past, and it was better to go projection, like high-end projection in the past. But now I'm seeing, like,
all the influencers
LED.
I see, when I see, like, famous influencers, that seemingly the people that have the unlimited money, when they're watching TV, it's a projection on a wall. I haven't seen a TV in an influencer's house in years.
Well, but I see 100-inch LED, like, nice TVs.
Oh, yeah, they got big boys.
Yeah, that are pretty cheap. And I know in the past it was like, well, it's better to go projection for this size.
Yeah.
But now with LED TVs being so inexpensive, I've seen 100-inchers for like $2,000 or less. You know, like maybe the higher end ones, maybe $3,000. But like that's a big difference than it was 5 years ago. So I'm curious to what you would suggest as far as like a home theater system.
Well, if money's no object, direct view LED is kind of the new wave. And if you don't know what that means, really, it's essentially the big digital signage you see, the big LED walls. They make those in high enough resolution now where you can have, we'll say, a reference video experience with a direct view LED, where before that would have been a projector or, like you're saying, like a 100-inch TV. So if money's no object, you're putting in basically a digital billboard in a mixed media space where it's wide open. Maybe you've got like, and I say this because I've actually seen it firsthand. You've got a 16-foot wide video wall with 40 seats in a room, bar at the back. Maybe you've got a terrace above it, a balcony for the, when you don't want to mix with the guests at your house. And you've got, 40 some channels of audio. Like, this is a home. Like, this isn't a business. This isn't some, off the grid, Kodak studio. This is some guy's house by a lake.
Am I correct in thinking too that because it's a video wall, and I'm just going to use like really basic terms, and you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
So, so you've got this wall installed because it is basically a billboard, and because, like you said, you can hone it to a point where, I mean, you could get it as good as anything else. Will you have certain presets that you can use and plugins for whatever you'd like to use the wall for, such as like movie, gaming, like, and then you have different. Now, how does that work, or is that when you come in and you help configure it?
Oh, I don't do any of that stuff. There's people that are way smarter and way more technically, inclined than I am, or shall we say, skilled at this point in the world. But to answer your question, yeah, they've got different presets. You've got scalers. You've got high frame rate. So if you want to, for the gamers out there, you want to game at 144 frames a second with your gaming PC on an 8-foot wide or 10-foot wide video wall, you can do that. I mean, it's nuts. The level of performance that you can get from a product like that is pretty mind-boggling. The scale of the cost of it right now is still pretty high. You're still talking about, a 6-figure solution, $120,000 to $600,000 plus, a million if you want. Like, you can go crazy.
Yeah.
But the flip side to that is that technology is coming down. Tom already illustrated that you can buy a 100-inch TV right now from Sony for $5,000 retail, and that thing is badass. Like, that thing is lights out, crazy TV, one of the best ones that you can buy on the market. As we start to see the commoditization of regular flat panels, those more expensive options are going to become more popular, they become less expensive, and become more prevalent.
So is that LED screen better than a movie theater?
I think better is up to you.
Different,
what's the experience? From a sheerly technical point of view, the TV is going to be the most accurate. Is it the most immersive? Definitely not. Right. So it's like, where's your threshold for what's better? Am I totally immersed in this movie and I'm lost in the audio, or am I scrolling my phone and half listening to it out of the side of my other ear?
Jason, I'm curious we were talking about like TVs are getting less and less expensive.
Well, somebody priced one just so if we want to go bare bones, let's say we wanted a Walmart out this weekend, we could run on up to Costco right now and get a 100-inch TV. Not good, but it's a 100-inch for $1,600. All right, $1,650.
Okay,
we can get a 100-inch TV at Costco.
Yeah, that's like
it's not good, but I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you the wall. If we wanted to have a Walmart, party.
I mean, but Costco's not selling some Temu like hunk of junk. Like, it's at least it's the cheapest. It's gonna work for a while.
Oh, yeah, I think it would work for as long as you take care of it. But it's just not. It's not gonna be like, it's not what Jason's
Sony,
doing.
Yeah. But even then, I feel like they're all made in the same factory and they just stamp different. How
much of that is true, Jason?
Well, there are a few major panel suppliers on the planet. Some of them are Chinese, some of them are South Korean. A couple of them are still Japanese, but for the most part, they're all buying from the same suppliers. And even manufacturers that are in competition with each other buy panel supply from each other. So it's really kind of a weird business. We'll just put it that way. Very appropriate for Weird Job Wednesday.
Yeah.
But they do the panel lottery, they call it. So in essence, manufacturer will say, hey, we tested this batch of panels and they're at grade B plus. Who wants to buy them? Because they're not A plus like our panels, like we want them to be. So they'll offer them out, and whoever the highest bidder is will get, the B plus panels, and then they'll offer A panels. And it's really just different tiers of manufacturers buying the best quality that they can get for whatever price they put on it. And we're talking about like $1 billion deals that, they breathe like it's air. Like, it's really scary when you think about the scale of the money.
It almost sounds like, in a weird way, the way you described them, like, I guess, like auctioning, for lack of a better term, panels off, or it sounds almost like the tuna business where
exactly right. You honestly nailed it right on the head.
You know what I mean? Like where the big fish comes in and like, who wants this one? This is
TVs are like tuna.
Delicious, Tom.
But like, what grade? What grade is this? Well, it's big, but it's not the best grade. Okay, well, it gets sold off of here. But this one right here, this little boy, he's not quite as big. But man, this is
A plus.
This is a platinum grade tuna. It's weird. I didn't know that they graded panels like that. So. That's crazy. And do they fluctuate in price like currency?
Absolutely. And the reason that you see the TVs being so inexpensive right now is because post-COVID, the factories that were on a churn, like, hey, it's never going to stop raining money. We need to just keep the factory going.
Yes.
Never shut off. So even as the economy slowed down in other markets and people stopped buying this product, the factory was still churning out panels left, right, and center.
That makes sense.
So the reason that there's so many TVs on the market and the prices are so good, and for consumers out there that are listening, there has never been a better time to buy a high-end television than right now.
Really?
Yeah,
oh my
baby.
God! It's
Oh,
the
thank you
technology
for-
is so.
Thank
so
you for
sick.
saying that. Oh, I'm gonna hit up Andrea tonight.
Yeah, I want 100.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Jason said it. He's a genius.
It's the truth. I mean, literally, there's so much panel supply out there that all of those grade A panels, the beautiful tuna, is stacking up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the high-end manufacturers are going like, give me that grade A tuna. I'm going to build the baddest set I can build
Yeah.
for the money. And in fact, it's not as profitable a business as it was 5 years ago, but we can offer this killer tech and it's super accessible. So they start getting more sell-through. So that's really where the market that I would play in.
Tom and I aren't listening to
really
you. We're
happy
just
about
dreaming
that.
of 100-inch TVs right now. We're
I'm
not
already
listening
searching.
to, yeah, we were not listening to a thing anyone was saying. We're both sitting here with our eyes looking straight up into the sky, dreaming of 100-inch TVs. I think as a little boy, I didn't think it was possible to have a 100-inch TV.
Yeah, I thought that would be the
Like,
extreme future.
My dad died not ever seeing that realization.
Yeah, no,
You know
I
what I mean? I
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
need to buy it for him.
It-
I'm working on my arguments for Andrea.
So
I like those.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Jason, I'm curious, like, obviously you said now's never been a better time, but are we going to see, like, TV prices continue to go down to a point? It's got to hit, like,
I think we phase out the TV. I think we all go to what he's saying. I think everybody's going to start designing their home in the future. Now, I kind of sound like you.
Okay.
But I think people are going to start designing their home with, like, oh, yeah, this is the media wall in the room where we watch the shows.
Yeah, but you got to think, like, everybody like looks in the future and thinks that our infrastructure is going to change, and like, look how much has changed. My house was built in 1972.
Oh, right.
Nothing's changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still the same. The inside has been gutted and changed, but it's still the same house as if it was built 50 years ago, whatever.
Right.
So, like, I'm still limited to what I could do anyway. But I have a wall that I could put 100 on. But my question being, Jason, how cheap can they get? And is it going to reach like a plateau where, all right, these TVs can't, like a 50-inch LED TV can't be cheaper than $25, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? There has to be a bottom, right?
I'm taking 4 if that's the case.
Yeah, I was going to say, sign me up if they get that inexpensive. I'll just put them outside when they blow up. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we
But,
have a 60 for $200 at Walmart.
Yeah,
so,
I know. They're getting
yeah.
insane.
I mean, that's the. I think the whole chat rooms. Everybody's searching. Like, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you do want to do something that fun, just search for cheap
Yeah,
TVs. It's fun.
I did buy a 60-inch for my outside TV
A cheapo?
for $298. It was some cheapo, but I was like, $298?
Yeah.
I was like, if this lasts a couple of years,
will.
I'm good.
It will.
I was watching football.
Man,
it's
all
worth
the
it.
stuff that I've bought that I'm like, this won't last, is still working.
So, where's the bottom, Jason?
I wish I knew, Tom. I fight with that. I struggle with that every day with our market, because how do you show something as premium that is essentially a commodity, right? When you're looking out there, you're like, well, there's a $268 TV that's throwaway at Walmart. Why would I buy one that's $1,200, let alone $5,000, right?
I think a lot of younger people, though, are kind of coming around to the idea of buying things and keeping them.
I think there's an investment to be
Yeah.
made there. There's certainly a value proposition. That if you're buying the cheapest thing, your level, you've already illustrated it, right? Your level is super low. I don't care if this thing dies, it cost me $300, right? Like it's garbage. It's
Right,
disposable.
right.
So I think, once we got to maybe kind of get over some of that mind play or maybe reassociate TVs as, if there's a new technology that comes out or a new level or a new bar that's aspirational, where 4K was when HD kind of went away and 4K came out. HD TVs were basically free. You could buy a 65-inch plasma TV for $500 and you couldn't make $1 selling a TV. Now 4K comes out and they're $14,000 and everybody's in a panic. They kind of tried that with 8K. It hasn't quite materialized
It
yet,
hasn't,
but
yeah.
I would think that there's going to be a new aspirational technology. There'll be a new picture quality level. I think with the higher brightness that's coming with HDR and some of the other codecs that are out there, that will continue to drive premium, because you'll have to pay the extra money to get, essentially the graphics card in the TV
Gotcha.
to be able to power the higher fidelity imaging that's coming from the content out there.
Last question, real quick, Jason. When do you get the folding like map that you just stick to the wall and it's a LED TV? I've seen those in the future, and they
phones are getting closer.
They've
foldable phones.
Yeah, they've had folding. So the technology's kind of there, but that seems like portable TV you put in your pocket, then you just set up anywhere is the next iteration of.
You just described a projector, Tom. I just want to throw that out.
Stupid projector. I want to fold it like a map.
I want a projector.
I want a map.
I want one. So I want to finally beat you in the TV wars. You've been killing me for the last 20 years of our life. You've always had a bigger TV than me, and this is the 2025. Things are changing. Things are changing.
All right, Jason. Where can people contact you if they are rich? And not that many people will.
You don't have to be rich. Maybe you just
don't have to be rich. Yeah, let's go ahead and clarify that. Anybody that needs help with technology, that's who we cater to. So whether it's I want a Sonos out in the backyard, or a Blue Sound, or I want a full-on home theater, those are all the things that we cater to. So we've got our own in our marketing company. We've got our own podcast. So we're at the Inside Integration Podcast at inside_integration on the old YouTubes and on the on LinkedIn and all that good stuff. We're at olivermarketing.com is our parent company. So that's the marketing company that I work for. And if you check on that, you can see our line card. You can look at all of the brands that we represent in Northern California, Southern California, and in my neck of the woods, the Pacific Northwest.
Awesome. Well, Jason,
I love it, man.
Thanks so much listening
Friend of the
to
show
us for all these years.
I feel like 15, 20 years now, man.
I go back to, strangely enough, I remember the very first day that Dan was on the morning show. So that goes back a long time to the Drew Garabo show and all that good stuff. So it's been just as much fun to listen to you guys over the years and watch you guys grow up.
Appreciate that, man.
Check in with me every 5 years.
I'm watching you through a TV that we bought from you.
Yeah, that's true.
that is now worth nothing. I couldn't give this TV away. Like we wanted to get a bigger one, and this TV was the best.
People would walk by it outside.
We couldn't afford it.
Put a free sign on it, and people would just walk by and go, "No, that's a free one."
I have a TV.
Yeah. If I went to the dump and I was like, "Free TV," they would be like, "I already got it." Like, I got a bigger one. So than's, Jason. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. Take care.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Take care.
All right, man. Have a good day. That is Jason live from his. He's got the Moz where you do the thing where you fuzz out your background.
No,
I don't trust people.
He's a tech guy.
I don't trust people when they do that.
They're like, why is it so fuzzy?
I'm like, why are you fuzzing? What are you fuzzing out?
Yeah. What's back there?
What do you got? Poo poo in your underpants back there, laying on the ground. What do you got? You fuzzed out your cat chewed up your couch or something? You don't want to see that because you look like a trash person.
We will see you tomorrow.
All right.
No, perfect. All right. So that's Wednesday 2, and so Wednesday 1 and 2 is done. Tuesday 3 and 4 is done. When we come back, we'll do Tuesday 1 and 2 with EJ.
Okay, we did it. Now I gotta send an email to Bob Zaney and apologize.
Oh yeah.
I haven't figured out how I'm gonna lie yet. No, you didn't hear that, guys. I'm joking.